Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Lambert. I hope everyone is staying well. I have a new game for you today and that I want to teach you. It is called 24. And this game was so popular at my elementary school that we even had a team go out and compete at Math Olympiad and win big. So either you can play the super competitive version where speed is key, or you can try my slightly more low-key version where everyone has plenty of time to think and come up with a solution. So I'll teach you both ways. Okay, so for this game, you are going to need a standard deck of cards. You're going to remove all the face cards, so jacks, queens, kings, jokers, get rid of those. You will keep the aces because they will act as a 1 in your game, kind of just like always. So you can play with a partner or a small group, either works. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take the deck of cards and you're going to place 4 cards in the center of the table, like this, so that everyone can see them. Okay, and the goal of the game is to use these 4 numbers that are in front of you to make an equation that equals 24. So because the name of the game is 24, the answer is always going to be 24. But the numbers are going to change and how you get to the solution is going to change too. So you can use any of the order of operations, so multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction. And the order that you're going to do that in matters as well. So if you're thinking about writing out the equation, using parentheses is going to play a factor in this, right? Because the order that you do the operations in changes the answer. So be thinking about that as well. So let me show you how this goes. So the 4 numbers that I have dealt out in front of me right now is a 4, a 2, a 6, and an 8. So everyone would have a chance to look at these numbers and come up with a solution. So in this one, I'm thinking 4 minus 2 equals 2. So I'm going to keep that 2 in my head now. And then 8 times 6 is 48. And then 48 divided by the 2 that I made earlier would equal 24. So that would be my solution. So I mentioned there's 2 different ways to play. So option 1, you play the competitive way, where speed is key. So everyone at the table would look at these 4 cards at the same time, and the first person to come up with a solution would either slap the table or yell, say, "I'm ready," and they would share their solution. If they get the answer right, then they get a point and they win that round. And the cards are cleared from the table and 4 more cards are dealt out. At the end, once you go through the whole deck, whoever has the most points wins the game. The more low-key version is you set a timer, let's say 1 minute or 2 minutes. That's up to you and your family. And everyone has a chance to look at the cards and think during those 2 minutes. And nobody says anything until the timer runs out. Once the timer runs out, every person at the table shares their strategy. So if I was sharing, I would share my strategy. If the person next to me, maybe they came up with a different solution, they could share their strategy. And then points are divided based on who came up with a way to solve the problem. So if only one person comes up with the solution, they would get 4 points. If 2 people come up with a solution, each of the people, even if it's the same solution, they would both get 2 points. If 3 or more players come up with a solution, again, even if it's the same way or different ways, everyone would get 1 point. And so you divvy up the points like that, so that you do get credit if you're the only one who comes up with a solution, but it gives everyone a chance to think. So it's a little bit slower. Again, once everybody shares their solutions, you would clear the table and you would deal out 4 more cards. if there is no one at the table who can come up with a solution during the allotted time, or if you're playing for speed, after a certain amount of time, if everyone just says they give up, just clear those 4 cards and deal out 4 more. And you would continue to play until you run out of cards in the deck. So that's the game of 24. Again, there's plenty of math going on in here. There's lots of mental math. And so you can talk to your kids about what strategies they're using. Are there certain facts that they're looking for on the table when they're playing it, or are they just doing guess and check? What's going on in their minds? Maybe if somebody is super good at it, they can share sort of their strategies to help out the other players. Or you can play as a collaborative way. So as a family, look at the cards and talk about, what do you see? Is there a way that you can work together to come up with a solution? So that's a great way to support your kids if this is a little bit challenging for them. So I hope you enjoy the game 24. I know some of my friends in elementary school got really into it. Maybe your family will too. So have fun. Have a happy Mother's Day this weekend. Maybe play together, and I will see you next time.